The Zarkith Empire had ruled the stars for nearly 1,000 years. Dozens of species bent the knee to their dominion. Entire planets burned for their insolence, and rebellion was crushed beneath their mechanized armies. So when their long-range scouts reported the rise of a minor species on the edge of the Orion Arm, humans, the High Council barely blinked. Primitive, unorganized, soft, scoffed Chancellor Vexer, tapping his claws on the glowing data tablet. Barely out of their cradle. Let them bark into the void. The Empire does not fear insects. But the insects had teeth. It began when the outpost at Drelva's 9 went dark. No distress signal. No signs of atmospheric breach. Just silence. A fleet was dispatched. 6 destroyers, 2 dreadnoughts, and a carrier to investigate. They found only debris floating in orbit, molten wreckage, and a black flag bearing a crimson symbol. A clenched fist surrounded by shattered chains. No species in the known systems used such a symbol. Admiral Turvek dismissed it. Terrorists, pirates, nothing more. But the reports kept coming. Raided convoys, burned colonies, vanishing fleets, and always that flag. Then the transmissions arrived, video feeds captured from destroyed Zarkith cruisers. Footage of sleek, angular ships dropping from FTL like reapers, weapons humming with white-blue fury. Their soldiers wore no ornamentation, no royal colors. Just matte black armor and glowing red visors. Efficient, silent, lethal. Humans. The Council finally responded with force. They launched the Retribution Crusade, 2 full sectors of fleet assets. Over 1,000 warships, billions in resources, and the best generals the Empire had to offer. None returned. The Empire's hubris began to crack. Captain Alandra Thorne stood on the bridge of the HSS Ragnarok, humanity's first Titan-class battleship. A marvel of Terran war engineering, it was forged in the orbital forges of Mars, laced with neutronium plating and armed with planet-scorching Omega lances. Her eyes were fixed on the burning surface of Zarkith Prime, once the capital world of the Empire. Now a globe of ash and fire. Target 2 neutralized. Capitol Dome has collapsed. Her weapons officer reported coldly. Alandra gave a nod. Initiate Protocol Emberstorm. No survivors. Orbit-to-surface kinetic rods launched silently. Moments later, tectonic-level explosions rippled across the surface, designed not for war, but extermination. A calculated, brutal message. They had warned the galaxy, again and again, but the galaxy hadn't listened. When humanity had been discovered, they came with open hands. Diplomatic ships, peaceful messages, cultural exchanges. But the Empire saw kindness as weakness. They enslaved Terran outposts, bombed civilian convoys, and on the moons of Iapetus, they publicly executed Earth's ambassadors. That day, Earth changed. A unified planetary government was formed within weeks. Military production outpaced every known record. AI managed logistics, sleepless cyber commanders, experimental tech based on quantum entanglement and dark energy manipulation. They didn't just prepare for war, they prepared for vengeance. Admiral Kor of the Zarkith remnants sat hunched over a cracked console deep within the asteroid belt of Veltrax. Once a proud commander, now he was a fugitive, his fleet scattered like dust. The humans are relentless, he murmured, voice hollow. No demands, no negotiations, just fire. The remaining warlords of the Empire bickered around him, desperate for strategy. But strategy meant nothing when your enemy could strike from light years away, when your comms were jammed before your sensors even pinged their presence. They fight like machines, someone whispered. No, Kor said, eyes haunted. Machines would show mercy if you surrendered. These are monsters we created. And now they are burning everything we built. Back on Earth, President Amani Reyes stood in the Hall of the United Accord, a towering chamber filled with representatives of dozens of human-aligned species. On a giant display behind her were live feeds of Zarkith worlds in flames, each one a symbol of the new Terran doctrine. We came in peace. You chose war. Now we bring silence. Applause thundered around her, not from joy, but resolve. Let this be the final war, she said. Let the stars remember, Earth is not prey. We are the storm that follows betrayal. By the time the final Zarkith holdout world fell, their history was reduced to memory, their archives deleted, their monuments turned to rubble. Their name would be remembered only as a warning. Humanity had no interest in conquest, but if threatened, they would end you, and the stars finally understood.